If you like a Utah summer that blossoms like a rose, as we say, this year can feel like quite a downer. Most homeowners are under watering restrictions that are threatening our ideals, right? For our green grass, for our plants, for our yards, but not all is lost. Handling the lawn in a low water year has a better outlook than you might think it does. Horticulturist Sheriden Hansen brings her knowledge and her encouraging words so we can manage it well. It's great to see you and your grass sweater.
Oh, thank you.
Look how cute you are.
This might be as green as my grass is this year.
I was going to say, you and I are grass of 2021.
We are,
We're
definitely.
the grass of yesterday. You're part therapist today, Sheriden, because we talked about this in even our Studio 5 planning meeting this week. People are bummed. Like, the idea of a brown lawn is sort of depressing.
It is, and there is a really psychological connection to being able to go outside, to be in that green space, to have that connection with nature. So going outside and seeing a brown lawn is just not what we want to see.
Right.
And it's tough. But I think we can take this and we can turn it into an opportunity. And by turning it into an opportunity, what we can do is we can change some of our practices so that for years from now, we will be doing things to make our lawns healthier and better. So we can go outside and we can get that, you know, that bolt of happiness when we see our green grass later on.
You are pointing us to a more optimistic future. So a little bit of a blind eye is going to have to be given to this year. But first, you say it's important to know the cycle of grass. Can you teach us?
I definitely can. So in northern Utah, we usually use what are called cool season grasses, and they're exactly what they say they are. They're cool season. They grow best when the season is cool. So we get big flushes of growth in the spring and in the fall. But in the summertime, when the heat is on and it's just difficult for it to thrive, you'll see your grass kind of brown out, go dormant, hold back on growth. And that is absolutely normal. People try to push through that by watering, fertilizing, and that doesn't necessarily work. If you're in southern Utah, you likely have a different type of grass, a warm season grass, which is opposite. So that means that your grass is going to be green and beautiful when the heat is on. So exactly opposite. We can't mix the two. We can't mix cool season and warm season together because we create a nightmare in our grass situation. But understanding that and the growth cycle of the turf you have can really help you with the care.
That's a good foundation. Let's jump into the areas of care since you took us there. First, mowing. What is our approach this year?
So our approach, and I brought my cute little real lawnmower over here. So our approach is to mow higher. So we want to raise that lawnmower to a height of 2.5 to 3 inches. And it may feel really long for you, but what happens...
I feel like I'm wading through a forest already.
I know, right?
It's like above my ankles.
What happens, though, is it shades out the crown of the plant, and it helps to maintain moisture and keep that crown cool so that we're not using so much water. So that height is really, really important.
So it acts as a barrier, kind of an umbrella.
It acts as a barrier, yes. The other thing we can do is we don't want to bag our clippings. So a lot of the times we're bagging those clippings, we're throwing them in a garbage can. What we can do is we can mulch those into the lawn. That adds organic matter, and organic matter is really important for holding moisture. And it will break down, it will add the nutrients back to the soil too. So if you spent the money to put fertilizer on your lawn, bagging those clippings and throwing away, you're just throwing the nitrogen away. Letting them break down and go back into that root system will help us to build a healthier, better lawn.
Can we talk about fertilization?
We can. So knowing that growth cycle that we just talked about will cue us into the most important times for us to fertilize. So with our cool season grass, we want to fertilize in the spring and in the fall.
When it's cool.
When it's cool and when the growth is pushing. And if you have the warm season grass, you're going to fertilize when it's actively growing in the heat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk watering. There's kind of a debate in my neighborhood. Like, should I, I have my allotted, 20 to 40 minutes depending on the type of sprinkler. Should I be spreading that out over a week, or should I be giving my lawn a good soaking?
I think you should be giving your lawn a good soaking. So the further we can drive that water down into the soil, the deeper the roots are going to go. And by not watering every single day or even every other day, if you have the 1 or the 2 times a week type of watering situation that you and I are in, that's going to give our turf a chance to establish really deep root systems that is going to make our turf healthier in the long run.
Does it matter if I have that rocky, yucky soil that it seems to just be washing away? I mean, how do I know if those deep watering moments are actually like drenching?
So you can take a long screwdriver or anything kind of like that, and you can push it down through the soil after you water. You can feel the difference in resistance, and that will tell you where the water is getting. So if it's not getting down through your turf, then we've got problems. We need to aerate, we need to bag, or not bag those clippings, we need to let those mulch in, add organic matter, those types of things to help that water move down and beef up our soil.
And finally, you say we've got to be realists.
We do. So wearing my green sweater today, this is my green lawn today. You can see that this piece of turf I brought is not perfect.
Yeah.
And understanding that we're going to have some brownout in our lawn this year, especially during the summer months in northern Utah, is 100% okay. And leave that perfect golf course type lawn for Tiger Woods to play on. We're just going to be in Utah and be real with it.
We're going to be realistic. We're going to embrace it. And as Sheriden has coached us, we're going to look ahead to hopefully better years. Can you point us to a good resource link?
Yes, there are so many great resource links out there. Drought.usu.edu is our drought management website. You can go there. There's resources there for water checks, how to help your turf. All of those different resources and information types are there for you.
Okay, Sheriden, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.